Took your time today. You know it's rude to keep a lady waiting. Is it still morning? Or have we tipped over into the afternoon? You know, those strong and silent types intrigue me. One day I'll break you, you'll crack, and you'll speak. I'm patient. That's what living in the Avery has taught me. We're cooped up here, all comfy and cosy, little birds kept safe in their nests. The world outside, well, God only knows, we consider ourselves to be blessed. As the environment crumbles, the human race fumbles as it faces its ultimate trial. All the while, you are comfortably seated, silent, conceited, omnipresent behind your screen. The new normal's oddly serene.
Flirting with the Wranglers again? I can't leave you alone for a minute.
The keepers, goading the keepers.
Goading, flirting, is there a difference?
It's the note taker.
Got your pen and paper with you now? Hey, you've never told us how you seem to have a never-ending supply of paper to take your notes on.
Favours for the Wranglers.
Oh, what's written in your notes anyway? Clearly you're writing about all of us.
Guys, maybe Sienna's documenting our time here. Are you a writer? Has AV Corp commissioned you to write a book?
Or to spy for the Wranglers.
The keepers.
She won't talk to any of us, but she's always happy to talk to you. The keepers.
Maybe that was a bit harsh.
What?
Look, none of us want to be in here.
Except for that Andrew guy.
Weird.
But you're right. We're locked in here.
Stuck living in limbo.
Little rats secure in their trap.
Yeah, but the world outside, it looks pretty grim.
Oh, you're not buying into that crap.
As the economy crashes, the human race clashes.
As it graces its terminal smile.
All the while we conveniently hunker down in this bunker, crack a bottle of fine champagne. The new normal, snugly mundane. Right, I'm off. Food's arrived.
Dad, so it's been 6 months since the last one of these. I'm still not sure if these half-yearly communications ever get sent. I've never received a reply.
August 9th.
So,
Dear vlog.
another artificial day in the Avery.
Another day come and gone.
I've been busy, working.
looking.
I'm working hard,
I keep searching for some clue.
like you taught me.
Digging for some idea
You won't amount to anything if you don't dig in.
about what happened to Jack.
And I know what you think I amount to.
Where he ended up. He has to be in one of these bunkers somewhere. There's no way he's still on the outside.
But I will change that.
I'm hoping my friendship with Violet will help.
I don't have friends.
She knows the systems, how they work.
I'm not sure I trust anyone.
I trust her.
Alliances. That's what falls in here, Dad. Alliances.
I told him I'd look after him. I won't let him down.
You will be proud of me, Dad. One day.
I want him to be proud of me.
Pride?
It's a dirty word in here.
Is it arrogance to need you to be proud of me?
I want Jack to be proud of me.
Isn't that just being human? I don't feel guilty.
Humankind has run its race and to keep it in its proper place, to remind us we are only part of the ecosystem, love is hard, admitting our
Superbus!
I hope when we get out of training, we get little t-shirts with S's on the front.
And capes, epic capes. Ooh. Homo Superbus saves the outsiders and the planet.
Seriously? It's superbus. Homo superbus. It's Latin. Means arrogant.
No shit, Sherlock. We know. Homo,
Human. Superbus.
arrogant.
And show some respect to your parents and relatives who are on the outside. They work out there through worry and weather. Work could be sustaining the hive.
The folks outside.
Reach the end of their tether.
Are you sure that they're even alive?
To stop society caving, our
Parents
parents are
are saving.
While
saving.
you sit here spouting this bile.
All the while
We take courses in soul rejuvenation.
Plant rehabilitation.
the quality of water.
The quality of air.
Lights
come on at 7. Go out around 11. We join in weekly quizzes and once a week we dance.
All the while we delay relation in isolation, rest in settle, but truth be told, the new law's getting old.
December the 1st, dear avians. The weather's fine, it's on the mend. The acid rains come to an end. We must commend our efforts in this cause now.
Let's take a moment to relax. Of course, we've double checked the facts. The planet's got some flaws, but we'll fix them somehow.
We must sit tight for just a bit. It's time we showed the world some grit. We'll have you out by June, conditions permitting.
Kind regards.
The aviary.
July 14th. Dear avians.
The network seems to have a glitch. We're trying to repair this hitch. We must enrich online communication.
In other news, the raging fires are now controlled. This is a major feat, we're told. Not long until we hold outdoor celebrations.
Yay, party.
We're rather chuffed, we must admit. It's paying off, we mustn't quit. We'll let you all out soon.
Conditions permitting.
Kind regards, the aviary.
September 22nd. Dear Evians.
If you like our hospitality, let us know to what degree.
Following this survey.
It won't too long, give us your thoughts. We can't allow for indoor sports.
We hope that's okay.
We know your heart will need a doubt.
With half the planet suffering drought, then you'll get out and live beyond this commune.
We promise you one day you'll split, but in the meantime, let's get fit until that afternoon when we colonize the moon.
But we promise you that soon we'll sing another tune. Conditions permitting, with kind regards we guarantee. The aviary.
Right, everyone, games night, and we are back to riddle night.
Hey, at least it's not another bloody quiz.
If you don't like it, you don't have to participate. Tonight's riddles, as per usual, have been submitted by an anonymous contributor. So don't at me if you can't work them out or don't like the answers. There are 3 riddles, and as usual, the final answer poses a moral dilemma for us to work through. Yes. Fun times. Right, you know the drill?
3 riddles form an answer, 3 words provide a clue to an ethical dilemma. What would you do?
Okay, I've been tasked with reading the first one. Listen up. What's neither up nor down, right or left? What's neither right nor wrong, or under nor along? What's open 24/7, provides exposure, and is worldwide?
Read it again,
Go.
Andy.
Yes, please.
Like,
Can you
Jesus
enunciate
Christ.
the sentence? Yes.
Okay, alright. What's neither up nor down, right or left? What's not right nor wrong, or under nor along? What's open 24/7, provides exposure, and is worldwide?
A lens.
A lens?
What?
It provides exposure, but it's not up or down, left or right, etc., etc. But a camera exposes an image, and a camera has a lens.
Incorrect.
Oh, seriously?
What's neither up
Nor down.
What's not?
Right, no.
Left. What's not?
Right, no.
Or wrong?
Or under or along.
What's open?
24/7.
Provides exposure.
and is worldwide?
The internet. It's the internet. Provides exposure to information. You can access it anytime. It doesn't exist in physical space, and it's worldwide.
www. The World Wide Web.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Well, unless they want us to think it doesn't exist. I mean, something must be powering this closed network.
And what would they gain from that?
You tell me.
Why do you think
It's wrong. The internet is wrong. Any other guesses?
The outside?
And we have a winner.
What? The outside? That doesn't make any sense.
The outside is open 24/7 and it can be found any fucking where around the world. When you're out there, you're exposed to the elements. And all the early clues, right, left, wrong, they're all fucking forms of side that the outside isn't. Upside, alongside,
right side.
Okay, moving on.
One riddle has its answer, 2 more to find the clue for the ethical dilemma. Now riddle 2.
Okay, everyone, this is riddle number 2. Let's work this out calmly and rationally, alright? A congregation in a V formation, multiple fleecing without policing. On land, in sky, and in pillow. Not a cauldron, a conspiracy, or a murder. I think we can determine the word
Bleak.
Okay, let's just breathe and think through this. If we focus on finding an answer, it will come to us. Yeah?
So, a congregation.
In a V formation,
Multiple fleecing.
without policing,
On land.
In sky.
and in pillow. Not
A cauldron.
A conspiracy.
or a murder. I think we can determine the word
Oh, I hate these things.
Yeah, my head hurts and I know the answer.
Just breathe, focus, manifest.
A congregation in V formation. Forgiveness.
That's a bit abstract.
A congregation is a gathering of believers. To fleece someone is to defraud them, but there are no police. It refers to cauldrons, which could link to occult practices and to conspiracies and murder, but it's not like these. It's the opposite, perhaps. What we should do if these crimes are committed.
You are chatting shit, Esther.
And what does forgiveness have to do with the outside? Are we supposed to forgive it for going to shit and putting us in here?
Guys.
Ivy, we're just working through ideas. There's no need to attack Esther.
It's always about religion with her.
Yeah.
Ivy, please.
Forgiveness is incorrect. Sorry, guys.
And with
No
every
shit.
incorrect answer, we move one step closer to the correct one.
I think it's feathers.
Feathers?
Well, birds fly in a V formation, in a group or a congregation. Feathers can be found in the sky, on land, and in pillows.
But how do cauldron, conspiracy, and murder apply?
Every wrong answer is closer to the right one.
Well, maybe the answer is raven, reflecting the gothicness of those ideas.
Raven, right, hold on. Aren't ravens collectively referred to as a conspiracy?
Oh my god, a murder of crows, so bleeding obvious.
Theo, please!
Oh, fuck
The
off.
Lord's name?
Then what in utmost respect, Hester? God's name is a cauldron.
Not me.
Okay, but what does fleecing without policing have to do with it?
Well, fleecing is like a fleece, which is
Oh my god, it's wool!
Oh, sheep!
Flock!
There you
A
go!
congregation is a flock. And sheep and birds, religious symbols.
Amen.
yes, correct. Well done.
Flock.
Well done, team.
Two riddles have their answer, one word we get to find, and the ethical dilemma will be assigned.
Right, listen up. One more to solve, and then the juicy part of debating how best to handle the dilemma can really start. Let's get this party started. Right. What enjoys rare things and likes to dine? From air and field to meal they flock. To stave off hunger, they lie in wait, checking the expiry date.
Pensioners. They love a good price reduction on food close to expiry.
It's not pensioners.
So, what enjoys?
Rare things.
And likes to dine.
From air and field to meal they flock.
To stave off hunger.
They lie in wait.
Checking the expiry date.
It sounds like bargain hunters to me.
No, it's not pensioners or bargain hunters.
It sounds like some sort of predator if you ask me. But did we ask you? I don't see you bring any suggestions to the table.
A predator? Eden. Is the answer Eden?
Oh, hilarious. But I don't lie in wait.
Can we focus, please? A predator enjoys rare things.
What hunts down and eats rare flesh? A lion?
Great. Let's work our way through all the big cats and all the other predators that eat raw flesh until, finally, Quinn announces that we chanced upon it.
Seriously? How is that even helpful?
It's a strategy, Madam Military.
Right. A predator that eats raw flesh. Do lions lie in wait? They stalk their prey, slowly, low to the ground, until they get in close enough, then...
BAM!
Then they attack using a short charge. Debbie, that strategy.
I thank you for your service.
It's not a lion.
No?
No, but we are getting somewhere, so let's carry on.
If not a lion, then a cheetah?
Yep, here we go, working our way through the big cats.
From air and field, there's no mention of water, so it can't be a shark.
From air or field?
Good, good.
We aren't taking the air part into account.
Carry on, carry on.
Cheetahs are adept jumpers, so they could certainly come down on their prey from the air, out a tree, off a cliff.
Excellent, keep teasing it out, carry on.
Matty, no clues.
I'm not helping. How could I be helping? I'm just making them thinking it through and trying to tease out the answer. Just carry
Can we get
on.
back to the task,
Why
please?
do you keep saying carry on? It could be a bird of some description, an
Matty,
eagle, a hawk.
seriously.
Matty, did you write these?
Matty.
I just said that I don't know the answer. How can I know the answer? I'm just trying
You
to be
did write
encouraging.
them.
Forget about who wrote them, Eden. I just carry on trying to solve it.
Carry on.
Not you two, Eeyore.
No, listen, it's carrion. Carry on. Carrion.
Matty.
Animals that eat the flesh of freshly deceased ones. They lie in wait, waiting for their animals to expire. Expiry date.
Oh Lord, this is right on brand for you.
Is it carrion?
The answer is carrion.
Yes, it is.
So outside, flock, carrion.
Reverse order. Carrion, flock, outside.
And what the fuck does that mean?
That vultures are gathering outside, which means that something out there is dying.
The outsiders?
Matty, what's the meaning of this?
Matty?
Maddie, you wrote this, didn't you?
Matty!
Eden! Maddie.
I don't understand.
Maddie, is this hypothetical or do you know something we don't know?
I mean, it's clearly hypothetical.
Matty?
Yes?
What do you know?
How?
Matty!
Someone needs to explain.
It's a riddle that's just intended to get us to debate a hypothetical dilemma. What would you do if the outsiders started dying off?
It's not.
It's hypothetical.
It's not. It's true.
What is?
How do you know this, Maddie? I'm a canary.
A what?
Canary.
We work for the Avery.
I'm sorry, what? You're in communication with the Avery?
Matty, seriously?
Wait, how many of these canaries are there? And why were you chosen?
I'm one of 4. There are 4 of us.
4 of who?
Canaries!
We know about the outside.
Matty, stop it!
Okay, just take a
Who
moment,
are the other 3,
Maddie.
Matty? Amelia, Daddy's girl, she's a canary, isn't she?
Great, now she's having a meltdown. How convenient.
It's Matty. Matty, is Amelia a canary?
Debbie, stop! Just have some empathy.
Matty, is Amelia a canary?
Sam! Maddie. Oh.
Sienna takes a lot of notes. That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck just happened?
The cat's among the pigeons, the plot's taken a turn. Do you think I'm a canary? Watch and you'll learn.
She will not let it go.
Yeah, this isn't helping.
Sam, she came at me again this morning, Kaya.
You haven't kept it a secret that your dad works for the Avery. What do you expect?
Well, that doesn't mean there's any love between us.
True, but...
Well, what do you think? Do you think I'm one of these canaries?
What does it matter what I think?
Or what do you think?
I think this whole canary thing is a distraction technique. Look, I think Maddie made the canary story up to distract us from the information she leaked about the outside.
Seriously?
I think she panicked, and instead of backpedaling, she made up some story about a secret group of informants who talked to the Avery that she knew would create a rupture and spread unrest. Pretty crafty, if you ask me.
It is always the quiet ones.
Hey, Amber.
Kaya, could Mia and I have the room for a bit, please?
It's Amelia.
Sure, I've got to go and check on something else anyways. Talk to you in a bit, Mia. Ignore Sam.
Distraction technique. What is it, Amber? How can I help?
Well, Mia.
Amelia.
I had something from someone who heard it from someone who was told it by somebody else. They were sketchy on facts and they wouldn't give a name. They talked round in circles, they refused to take aim. But I've listened to whispers and I've joined all the dots. It's Daddy's girl Amelia who's calling the shots. Daddy works upstairs, don't deny it, don't even try it. Cause literally they point in being discreet. Tell someone who cares, you can lie but I won't buy it. Can you hear it, the word on the street? Everyone be wary, Mia's a canary.
You're chatting shit, Amber. You're telling stories. They're utter nonsense. They're built on lies. You're pointing fingers, Amber. You're pushing buttons. Yes, my dad has a position in the Avery somewhere, but he could be a musician and I really wouldn't care. Look, I could use those connections, but that's really not my style. I will not show that man a thing. I do not trust his skull. Please don't presume, Amber. You're chatting
predator emerges when blood pervades the air, on the hunt for a canary. Is there one there?
Sienna, I've only got you alone. Are you okay? I can't believe it. Everyone's gone a little insane.
What's there to say? It's best to leave it. Everybody's got their own agenda.
Anyone could be the great pretender.
You don't think I'm one as well, do you?
Innocent until proven guilty? Honestly, who am I to judge?
There are bigger fox that could be flying.
There are bigger fish we should be frying. If it's really true, the world is dying. Unless they're lying. Sienna, you don't think that...
Yo, you need to calm down.
Well, people are talking and rumours are flying, but I need you to tell me the truth. Look, I thought we had trust, but they're giving you the blame. You claimed you would help me, but perhaps it's a game. You'll get your strategic with your war expertise, but Senorita Violet lives two lives with ease. That is what I've heard. Don't deny it, don't even try it. You promised you would help me buy my brother Jack. You give me your word. You can lie, but I won't buy it. Was I stupid? You kept me off track. Everyone be wary. Violet's a canary.
Pendejadas, Theo, no seas tontín. They're speaking nonsense, they're spreading lies. It's just a rumor, Theo. Soy inocente, yes, I could have been of value with my military skill. Do you think I wouldn't tell you? Do you think I'm lying still? But guess if I had connections, we'd have found your brother Jack. But no amount of taunting me will bring your brother back. It's not the truth, Theo. They're chatting shit. Shit.
The tension starts to thicken, the plot's kicked up a notch.
The tension starts to thicken, the plot's kicked up a notch. You might see our canary if you keep watch.
No one's saying that you have to leave.
I'm not going back out there. Isolation and system malfunctions included. This place is a haven compared to the life I had before.
But that's not what we're saying.
What do you think it's like out there?
Who knows?
The Avery and little Miss Mia.
Sam, let it go.
It's bad.
Ellen?
Huh?
What do you mean, it's bad?
Well, I'm just saying that if Matty felt that it was important enough to leak, well then it must have been bad, I'm assuming.
Exactly. It's an assumption. Can we at least wait until we have some actual concrete information before anyone decides anything? Besides, until we can get out of these rooms, we are kind of stuck.
You're seeming very calm about all this, Violet. Are you a canary?
Sam.
God, no, I am not a canary.
Violet, please.
Are the outsiders really dying, do you think?
You're not selling it to me.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. And until we know for sure, there's no point in worrying about if it's the end or not.
It's not. It's the beginning. The second coming. Humankind has run its race, and as retribution it must face the occasion when the dead will rise and the faithful join them in the skies to meet with Christ the Lord on his return. Rewarded for their faithfulness, the rest will burn.
Is it possible she could be more extreme?
Some people really need to blow off steam.
Heathen folk will pay the price as they fail to enter
Christ. 7 years of torment here on earth, but they'll have the chance to prove their worth and turn to Christ the Lord and mend their ways. The species is negotiating end of days. The fallen prophet will finally submit. The rapture comes when conditions permit.
Esther,
I thought Christians were supposed to promote tolerance and forgiveness.
most of us do. We just kind of live our lives quietly, guided by values, I guess.
But this is written about in the Gospels, in Thessalonians, in Revelations. We can't deny it.
Esther, there are lots of different ways you can interpret it, and no one agrees on exactly what any of it means or how it will happen.
If it happens. Look, I'm not saying there isn't a god or gods, but people floating up into the sky. Seriously?
We all hold on to different things that help us get through the day. You don't want to be judged, so it's best to try not to judge others.
Judgment Day and the return of Christ is coming. It is not for me to judge you, but you will be put on trial.
I think we're losing sight of the actual problem. If Christ is coming, we'll just have to deal with it as it comes. But for now, what do we do about the outsiders?
If they are worthy, they will be saved.
Esther, that isn't helpful.
Okay, this is the problem right here. I've been biting my tongue, but religion, it's problematic.
Violetta?
As an institutional structure, it's intensely problematic.
A moment ago, you were advising us to not judge others?
I'm not judging individuals, but faith and religion are separate things. Religion as a structure, as an institution, works against the fundamental values the philosophy promotes.
Wars have resulted from religious
Acts of terrorism.
disputes.
Precisely. It's another way of articulating difference. It divides and separates people rather than bringing them together and promoting peace. A truly global community that accepts and embraces difference.
2 men will be in a field. One will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding with a hand mill. One will be taken and the other left. Will you be left standing alone?
Esther, this might be your belief, and I won't take that away from you. But how is threatening people...
I'm not threatening people! I am stating the truth!
Yeah, your truth.
It's using fear to control people. Behave or burn.
People are stressed, exhausted, worried.
But
Esther!
They need compassion, not judgment and self-righteousness.
It is my belief that when...
Exactly! Your belief! We don't force feed!
Sam!
Look, perhaps it's best if we just agree to disagree on this.
Agreed. We can sit here and bicker, but all the while we neglect the outsiders.
As we scramble to gain control, the new normal.
we're reaching crunch time. The systems continue to deteriorate, as do the relationships of the flock after the news of the outside and the canaries. It's only a matter of time before Homo Superbus has to make a decision. Before we have to make a decision. But until then, we try and continue on as normal. Tonight everyone's dancing like no one is looking, but they dance so they don't have to see. Folks are up in the air cause they don't know who to trust. The temperature's rising, it's about to combust. We embrace the distraction so we don't have to think. The hunt for the canaries brought us to the brink. It's all been for naught. Don't deny it, don't even try it. The planet is teetering close to the edge. Time is running short. They could lie, but we won't buy it. The Superbus is about to fledge. Everyone be wary and catch a canary.
It's a can of worms.
We had to open it. You wanted it opened. You thought everyone should know.
Oh, it seemed like a good idea at the time. It's important, right? People have the right to know.
We did the right thing.
I didn't do anything. You didn't even tell me you were going to leak it.
I told you not to worry about it. And now, the truth is out there. The damage is done. So it seems we've opened a can of worms, planted a bomb and set it off. We're experiencing fallout, but we needed to call out the fiction we've been fed in this place.
But is it repairable?
Now we've made our beds, let's get comfortable, take a deep breath and make a plan. There's no need to be manic, we can deal with the panic if we prepare for the worst case scenario. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Eden blows her top.
Who blows their top?
You do?
Me? Only if it's worth it.
Hey, sorry I'm late. What have I missed?
I'm apparently blowing my top.
Excellent. Over.
I don't know. What am I blowing my top over, Ellen? Ellen?
The news about the outside being leaked.
1. We don't even know for sure how serious it is out there. The reports are mixed at best. And 2, that's actually the least of my concerns. Everyone be wary, Ellen's a canary. Matty, what the hell were you playing at? You crossed a line and tripped a wire. Did you want an ovation for the shared information, or did you know you'd end in disgrace? Well, so much for us swearing secrecy. I can't believe you broke the code. Hey, look, I'm a canary. Fuck, was that necessary? It's time we stare down the worst case scenario.
I panicked. You know I panicked. You were there.
Panicked? You went into full meltdown.
Everyone was talking all at once. People were shouting at me. You were shouting at me.
Eden, is this necessary?
I felt backed into a corner. At the time, I panicked, but I don't regret it. I don't. It needed to be said. You needed to be told the truth.
Ah, yes, but Matty, what is the truth?
They needed to know that the narrative they were being fed wasn't accurate, but I failed to consider the emotional fallout, and I underestimated how confused the other avians might become. I accept that.
What did you expect?
I don't know. To be honest, I wasn't thinking about that. I made a decision to reveal the truth.
A truth?
And committed to the decision and published the riddles.
Okay, but then why didn't you just go along with Eden and claim it was a hypothetical situation?
I couldn't lie. I couldn't. I wanted to when I found out how upset people had become, but I decided that people...
We decided that people needed to know.
You were in on this.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Ellen didn't know about the riddles.
I was the one that felt people needed to know, though.
Ellen was also distressed after the Avery told us about...
Alluded to?
After the Avery communicated to us about the situation outside, I told her not to worry about it and that it would be taken care of.
Okay, honestly, I had no idea that Matty was going to reveal the information like that. And perhaps there may have been a more effective, less disruptive way of telling people, but it's not Matty's fault, it's mine. Matty did it for me because I was so upset about it all.
Well, you both certainly put us into a precarious position. I certainly don't want the Avery to disband the Canaries. Or worse, replace us with new ones. I'm not letting this post go without fight, and I will do whatever it takes to be done and keep me, at least, in good graces with the Avery, whatever it takes.
And what if I was to out myself? Or if I outed you?
Really, Ellen? Would you? Is that really on brand for you?
Wow, Eden. No wonder you don't have many friends.
I don't have friends, I have followers.
Maddie, are you aware of what you were risking by A, revealing what you did via the riddles, and then B, declaring there are 4 canaries in secret communication with the system?
Yes, I'm worried that I might lose access to the resources I need to complete my research.
You're worried about that? Is that it? Did you think about the impact this might have on the rest of us? What we might have to lose because of your selfishness?
Look, I didn't want to hurt anyone. It wasn't my intention, but no one else was able to comprehend that because of what was happening on the outside. Now more than ever, the Avery is vital to our survival. But the Avery is far from a perfect system, okay? I thought I could fix it. That's why I told them, ethically, this was bigger than me. This is bigger than all of us.
Oh God, the ethics card. I think we need to make an example of you, medieval style.
You can't punish Matty and not punish me. She wouldn't have done it the way she did if she wasn't trying to protect me from the backlash.
Oh, your punishment will be to live every day with the guilt of what we would do to Matty. The 3 of us haven't been identified. Yet.
And what are you planning for Matty?
How about some good old-fashioned ostracism? We ask the Avery to escort our stool pigeon here to the front doors. Don't let them hit you on the arse on the way out.
Isn't there another way? We could try a whole other strategy. Think about how it might appear. If we hold an eviction, there is bound to be friction if Maddie disappears without trace. So right now we need to be practical. We can say she was chatting shit, that the whole interaction was a means of distraction. It's time we tear down the worst case scenario.
I can see where you were going. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If I hear what you were saying, Matty gave us something we can use. The whole canary thing's a ruse.
We could weaponize it if we choose to reframe it
and reclaim it. Here we have a rare opportunity. This is a chance to set things right. We can calm the commotion if we nurture the notion. The whole thing's a distraction technique. This is how we rewrite the narrative. This is how we reclaim our ground. Maddie panicked and then lied to distract from the outside. We can choose, who knows? From here in the shadows, we are the worst case scenario.
There's any truth in it.
Exactly. I think they could be testing us.
Testing us why? I mean, to what end?
to see how we react.
Like rats in a lab?
And who's to say it's not just the aviary watching us?
What, do you honestly think the outsiders are sitting comfortably in their living rooms, tuning in at 7 p.m. every evening to watch the latest thrilling installment from the bunker?
That shit would have its own dedicated channel.
That's ridiculous.
And how is it ridiculous?
Because that's not why we were put in here. I mean, you know why we were put in here.
Yeah, at the beginning, supposedly. If they put the majority of the population...
The valuable ones with most of their productive lives still in front of them.
Right. If they put them into lockdown in a controlled space under the ground...
And force-fed them an entirely planet-friendly vegan diet.
The food is really good. As a carnivore, I have to concede the food is fucking excellent.
If they put them into lockdown in a controlled space under the ground and manage the amount of movement and activity on the surface, they could significantly reduce our carbon footprint, addressing the CO2 emissions issue.
Precisely! I mean, things are meant to be improving out there.
But what if the damage is irreversible? How many bunkers are there?
I don't know.
And how big are they? We're a flock amongst how many flocks in this one bunker?
None of us know.
Exactly.
So, imagine how many different bunkers there could be around the world to house those not considered to be redundant.
Don't forget there's the nursery as well, where they house the younger ones, the lambs.
Lambs to the slaughter.
How many bunkers?
Let's say a lot.
Right. How many CO2 emissions were sent into the atmosphere through these multiple monstrosities? Through maintaining them? It was a great public performance of eco-sustainability and engineering. Lots of statistics, lots of pontificating. But what if it was just that, a performance?
And for the global good? Our flock, at least, is pretty fucking European white.
What about those 2 Latin Americans?
Violetta and Kaya. What about them?
Well, they seem to have up and immigrated out of poverty.
That's racial profiling. You have no idea what their personal economic circumstances were. You make them sound like refugees.
I'm just saying that we are put on this planet in a certain spot for a specific reason. And part of that problem is that people keep immigrating up and draining our resources. Why can't people just stay where they are and rely on your own resources? And if you run out, tough luck. Why should we always be handing out aid, especially when we can't even look after our own?
You are kidding me, right? I mean, this is how wars start.
Oh, I'm just saying what a lot of people think, but are too scared to say.
That's eco-fascism. Did you know that? You're an eco-fascist.
Fascism? Don't get me started on the aviary. Our lives are completely controlled. When we wake up, go to bed, when we can communicate. We can't leave our rooms watched by an omnipresent overlord who won't communicate with us directly.
Unless you're part of the chosen few.
Tell me that the system under which we currently live isn't fascist?
Why can't we all just get along? I mean, seriously, I don't understand it.
Have you never had a major falling out with a friend or someone you love?
Well, of course.
Well, there you go. Marriages break, families fracture, friendships sink. If we can't make the most personal relationships in our lives function, then how on earth are we supposed to maintain relationships on a global scale?
Yes, but...
Especially when we all want the same thing.
To survive comfortably.
What you're saying is outrageous, and I can't believe I'm hearing it. It's an energy I cannot be around.
So leave. Disconnect from the truth.
That type of attitude's contagious. It feeds a mob mentality. We need to find a commonality and understand we share a common ground. We need to think about this calmly with heads that are rational, or we run the risk our passion all explode. So let's take
the situation and consider every angle. Let's not let our community erode.
But information like that, whether it's true or false, is not leaked accidentally. It's leaked for a reason. Why? Where are the facts? Where's the evidence? Well, we've heard a little rumor and a lot of speculation. I want statistics. I want common sense. Instead, they plant a little tumor and it spreads misinformation. Look, let's be clear. This is the politics of fear. It's the not so sneaky way that they control society while we adhere to the politics of fear. They keep us dumb, which keeps us scared. They throw a crumb and no one's spared from the thought and gentle hum of anxiety.
We all relax, we all vegetate, with our leaders untowarding, slowly fueling agitation. They don't abandon, they don't segregate, but they build a fucking hoarding to discourage immigration. You know what's queer about the politics of fear? How the sour intoxication makes you fall under its spell. Let's give a cheer to the politics of fear. We hear a thing, we spread the word, we build a string of things we've heard, spiraling through an absurd rabbit hole of hell. Look, the world could be capricious, full of never-ending challenges, and protect ourselves with stories we believe. That type of narrative's fictitious, a comforting mythology.
I think
Please don't
that's
expect a neat apology, and don't pretend you're really that naive. We have to pop our little bubbles and be analytical to catch out the hypocritical in here. So under the circumstances, let's reject the echo chamber. Time to confront the politics of fear.
You sit and sneer at the politics of fear, but it's how they motivate us to be good citizens.
It's not sincere, the whole politics of fear. They give a fact a subtle twist.
That simple act implants a cyst.
The atmosphere tight like a fist. We find that we're unable to resist that ancient bag of tricks, the politics of fear.
When did we get the last one?
It seems like it was weeks ago.
They stopped when Matty dropped the bomb.
Dear avians.
You must understand that we're looking at circumstances through rose-tinted glasses.
But we promise you we will airlift you to freedom via hot air balloon.
Conditions permitting.
Is it strange that I miss them?
Not at all. What else do folks miss? I miss human contact, a simple hug, when children gave my sleeve a tug, a cozy mug of chocolate with marshmallow.
Oh, and in winter when you go indoors, that feeling when your body thaws, I give my parents hell if the heating was low.
I miss my dog, Banana Split. We'd go for walks, he'd do shit. I'd like to walk him soon, conditions permitting.
decorating our old Christmas tree, teaching Jack his ABC, he's somewhere out there.
It's random, but I miss my mum. The awkward way she used to hum. She sucked at childcare.
Riding the tube, I think that's it. So hope boutiques, a new outfit, anything but maroon.
Conditions permitting.
Conditions permitting.
Conditions per.
In here I find a space space to clear my head and quit the race. I can't keep pace with others' expectations. No parents' endless nagging drone, that disappointment in their tone. I'd rather be alone. I've made a choice. It's done. That's it. To skip a life that's counterfeit, away from the typhoon, wrapped up in this cocoon. Conditions permitting.
The lights are gone.
Right.
Can anyone hear me?
Are we offline? Still?
I'm not going to panic.
You must be able to hear me.
I'm not going to panic. There is a reasonable explanation for this.
Improv.
It's an update or a reboot.
Guys, I'm not saying that we shouldn't listen to other people or that they don't have good opinions.
Can
I'm just
anyone
saying
hear me
maybe the
yet?
people in charge are
So
out
now we can
trying to
hear
do what's
people,
best
but we
for us.
can't
So
see
we should
them.
just wait it out and it'll be okay
The
because
lights
I mean,
are
what's going to happen if it's not going to be okay?
Seriously?
I mean, it makes no
Hello?
difference if we leave or we stay.
Theo,
Come
I can
on,
hear
none of
you.
us know anything anyway, and it's just
Right, that's
Theo?
enough!
just
Theo.
saying system glitch.
Keep shouting at each other is getting us nowhere. I get that people have strong feelings about what's happening. We've no idea how long we'll be waiting, little birds stuck out on a limb.
That is exactly why we need to take control. Better to get off the branch than before it breaks.
But at this point, we can't even get out of these rooms. And even if we could, we've no way of knowing if we'd actually be able to access the surface. Let's take a breath. I'm just advocating that we don't react on a whim.
Emily makes a good point. As much as I want to get out
We
of
can't keep living like this.
Okay, the aviary's busted and everyone's flustered, and I get why you're feeling hostile. All the while, do we slowly unravel, dreaming of travel or adjust to a new routine? The new normal.
Over! Done! Kaput!
It's a new normal. I'll repeat it. We can't stay longer. With the system glitches becoming more and more regular and lasting for longer, who knows if we'll even have air next week? Or food.
The reality is we can't do anything about that until we're able to get out of these rooms.
But we have no idea what it's actually like out there. We have zero reliable information.
Then we need to pop our heads over the parapet and find out.
Sam volunteers as tribute.
I agree with Sam. We just need to work together to find a way of opening the doors.
But we still don't know if we'd then be able to actually get out of this section of the bunker.
One bridge at a time, Emily. I'm not staying here. Who's with me?
One bridge at a time. That's the most
This is
simplistic
ridiculous.
argument.
How can you not
Like,
we can't make
actually
decisions like this?
ridiculous.
We need to work together.
We can't go.
Whoa! Okay, in here, things are not great, but the outside, it's in a state. What is better, the devil that you know, or the devil making a cameo? It is safer staying in here. Hidden dangers wait on the frontier. Although systems fail, we'd be mad to bail. Let's form a coalition, stand firm in our position. Let's not wait until a date conditions permit. Let's form a coalition, stand firm in our position. Let's not wait until a date conditions permit.
Who here thinks that we should agree to go outside? Raise your hand if you think that we should go outside. We could hunker down in this bunker until the end of days. But is that living, or are we giving up the chance to take a stance? There are people needing support on the outside. What if we are their last resort on the outside? Will you vote to remain or leave? If you choose to abstain, you're naive. Let's form a coalition, stand firm in our position. Let's not wait until a date conditions permit. Let's form a coalition, stand firm in our position. Let's not wait until a date conditions permit.
There are no guarantees that the outsiders are still alive, or that us going out there is going to help in any way.
But if we don't go, we don't know, right?
Who thinks that we should agree to go outside? Not raise your hand, but be outside. It's outside a state that hunger doors is there. The days that you close, that living the devil, giving up the chance to take it all. There are beauties of safe for strays hanging here. We are there, there's dangers we outside. Who knows to sustain? Will we be just stay or leave? Let's form a coalition, stand firm in our position. Let's not wait until the date conditions permit. Let's form a coalition, stand firm in our position. Let's not wait until the date conditions permit. Who thinks that we should agree to go outside? Not raise your hand, but be outside. It's outside a state that hunger doors is there. The days that you close, that living the devil, giving up the chance to take it all. There are beauties of safe for strays hanging here. We are there, there's dangers we outside. Who knows to sustain? Will we be just stay or leave? Let's form a coalition, stand firm in our position. Let's not wait until conditions permit.
The aviary is offline. Please bear with us as systems reboot. Thank you for your patience and for your commitment to our environmental sustainability model. Subject: initiate 000 conditions permitting. The aviary is off.
Anyone can hear me or not, but the doors have been released. The doors have.
Sustainability model. Subject: initiate 000 conditions permitting.
Anyone can hear me or not, but.
The aviary is offline. The aviary is offline. The aviary is offline. The aviary is offline.